Our next segment is Jeopardy Deluxe Edition for the Sega Genesis. Let's see what happens here. I won $30,000 in the regular version of Jeopardy for the Sega. Let's see what the Deluxe Edition has in store.
Jeopardy!
As we take on Jody and Jim. One daily double up there somewhere in one of these categories.
You are the category.
New England, birthstones, Asia, lyrics, U.S. cities, and finally, furniture. Okay. These seem like pretty decent categories. I'm going to start things off with Asia for 100. The mythical beast pictured on the flag of Bhutan. What's a dragon?
You are correct.
Asia 200. The Stan in Pakistan and Afghanistan has a Persian suffix meaning this. What is land?
You are correct.
Asia 300. He was India's prime minister immediately following its independence from Britain. Who is Gandhi?
Sorry.
No. I got nothing on this one. Jim. Jawaharlal Nehru. That's right.
You are correct.
Jawaharlal Nehru, okay. So, Jim, you have a little bit of cash, $300. U.S. cities for 100. Penn's design for this city made it the first in the U.S. to use a grid pattern for the streets. What is Philadelphia?
You are correct.
U.S. cities for 200. Michigan City that's nationally known for its cereals. What is Kellogg?
Sorry.
No. In the hole now. Oh, it's Battle Creek.
You are correct.
So Jody got that one right, and she has her first bit of cash. New England for 100. It's the largest city in New England. What is Boston?
You are correct.
New England 200. Newport was a co-capital of this state from 1854 to 1900. What is Rhode Island?
You are correct.
I'll take New England for 300, please. Now I'm back on the plus side and I have some cash. It's the only New England state without a seacoast on the Atlantic Ocean. What is Vermont?
You are correct.
Can I have New England for 400, please? On landing near Cape Cod in April 1614, this founder of Virginia gave New England its name. Oh. Captain John Smith. And that was my guess, too. Oh, well.
You are correct.
Up to $700, Jim. Lyrics for 100. According to the song, it's that toddling town. What is Chicago?
You are correct.
I'll take lyrics for 200. Last line of the Rodgers and Hart song is, each day is Valentine's Day. What is My Funny Valentine?
You are correct.
Now I'm in the lead. Lyrics for 300. And I got the daily double. Can risk any or all of my 800. Let's make it a true daily double. Just an old sweet song keeps this state on my mind. What's Georgia?
You are correct.
Lyrics 400. When I dream about the moonlight on this river, then I long for my Indiana home. What is the Wabash?
You are correct.
Lyrics 500. Just like that, I have $2,000. The song All of Me says, take my lips, I want to lose them. Take these, I'll never use them. My arms, okay.
You are correct.
So Jody's tied with Jim for second place at $700 apiece. Next clue. New England 500. When the British tried to take back Connecticut's charter, it was hidden in this type of tree. What is an oak?
You are correct.
$2,500. Let me have Asia for 400. The predominant religion of Laos, though the communist government discourages it. What is Buddhism?
You are correct.
Asia for 500. Nepal, with one of the lowest per capita GNPS in Asia, has 90% of its workforce engaged in this. Ugh. Well, it is farming.
You are correct.
Jody takes second place to herself, and we go on to the next clip. She's doing good. U.S. cities for 300. The Brookfield Zoo is the largest in this city's metropolitan area. Jody. Doesn't know.
Sorry.
Jim? Chicago. That's right. That was my guess, but I didn't want to risk it. What are you gonna do? Furniture for 100. Since ancient times, these furniture supports have been carved to look like animal paws. What are arms?
Sorry.
Nah, foop. No?
Sorry.
Feet. That's right.
You are correct.
U.S. cities 400. Many encyclopedias say the post-World War II growth of Phoenix can be credited to this. I got nothing on that one. Jim. air conditioning.
You are correct.
Furniture 200. An elaborate gentleman's dressing table was named for this 19th century dandy. Ooh. I got nothing on that one. Jim? Who was Beau Brummel?
You are correct.
Birthstones 100. Legend says a birthstone brings this to a person born in its month. What is good luck?
You are correct.
Birthstones 200. Colombia is by far the most important source of these green gems made to birthstone. What are emeralds?
You are correct.
Birthstones 300. Often Yellow is the only birthstone that has the same name as an Alfred Hitchcock film. Jody. No.
Fine.
Nope.
Fine.
I got nothing on this one, so I'm not buzzing in.
No.
Topaz. I wanted to say that, but I wasn't too sure. I wasn't sure enough. Birthstones 400. One of March's birthstones, it's flecked with small sanguine spots, hence its name. Jody. Oh, the bloodstone.
You are correct.
Birthstones 500. This December birthstone is Arizona State's gem and is found in the state's silver jewelry. Jody again. Turquoise.
You are correct.
Furniture 300. In the 1920s, this furniture style was known as style modern or art modern. Jim. Oh, it's Art Deco.
You are correct.
He's up to 1,500 and we go to the next clue. Furniture 400. Pastry named for a circular table whose rim looks like the crimped edge of a dessert. What is a pie crust?
Fine.
I think I know it now. Oh, it's a pie crust table. I had to put table after that.
You are correct.
Yeah, I had to be more specific or else they couldn't accept it. Oh well. Next clue. Furniture 500. Sometimes carved to resemble an urn, it's an ornament at the top of a bedpost. Oh, I did not mean to buzz in.
Fine.
My hand hit the buzzer and I did not intend for it to. Ugh. That's a stupid mistake on my part. Does Jody know? It's a finial.
You are correct.
That's right. Now the last clue. The Smith brothers made their cough drops in this New York State city, home to Vassar. Jim. It is Poughkeepsie.
You
So at the end of the Jeopardy round, Jim's in the lead with 2,400. I have 2,200. Jody has 2,100. So it's a close game as we get ready to start playing.
Double Jeopardy.
We'll double the dollar values and put 2 daily doubles up on the board, as well as 6 brand new categories.
You are the category.
Famous quotes. Fashion. Groups. Westerns. TV trivia, and finally, fruits. Alright, let's get this gravy train rolling. Jody, you're in third place. We'll start with you. TV trivia 200. In 1986, this foreign network, nicknamed Auntie Beeb, celebrated its 50th anniversary. We had this in the Super Nintendo version. What is the BBC?
You are
Take
correct.
TV trivia for 400. I'm tied for the lead right now. This canine was Jeff Miller's, Timmy Martin's, and Corey Stewart's best friend, in that order. Who's Lassie?
You are correct.
I'll go with TV trivia for 600, please. On Petticoat Junction, Billy, Bobby, and Betty Bradley all had this middle name. What is Joe?
You are correct.
Can I have TV trivia for 800? On the Mary Tyler Moore Show, this character's dermatologist husband was never seen. Who is Phyllis Lindstrom?
You are correct.
TV trivia 1,000. Nick Adams starred in this 1959 series about an ex-Confederate soldier. Forgot this one. It was The Rebel.
You are correct.
So Jody is now in second place, and she makes the next selection. Famous quotes 200. In Imitation of Christ, Thomas A. Kempis says, "Man proposes, but God does this." What is disposes?
You are correct.
Famous quotes for 400. Bartlett's lists Tennis Anyone just after Here's Looking at You, Kid under this actor. Who's Humphrey Bogart? As I continue to pile up the cash.
You are correct.
I'll take famous quotes for 600, please. In 1651, George Herbert wrote, "This is the best revenge." What is living well?
You are correct.
Famous quotes for 800. St. Jerome said in a letter, "No athlete is crowned but in the sweat of this." What's his brow?
You are correct.
Famous quotes for 1,000. In the picture of Dorian Gray, this author claimed all art is quite useless. Don't know. Oh, Oscar Wilde, that's right.
You are
Putting
correct.
her up at $4,100. We have 4 categories left. Let's go to the next clue, huh? But Westerns, 200. Last name of brothers Stacy and James, who played the James brothers in The Long Riders. What's Keach?
You are correct.
Westerns, 400. How the West Was Won was the first Western film produced in this 3-camera widescreen process. What is, Cinerama?
You are correct.
Westerns for 600? In the last scene, he rides off into the sunset while little Joey Starrett cries, "Come back!" Jim. Oh, Shane.
You are correct.
That's right. Putting him at $3,000. Fruits for 200. The city of George, Washington, has streets named after varieties of this fruit. What is the cherry? What are cherries? I should say. Sorry, I have to correct
You are
that.
correct.
Fruits for 400. Cross a grapefruit with this and you get a tangelo. What's a tangerine?
You are correct.
Fruits for 600. Of annuals, biennials, or perennials, what fruit crops are? What are perennials?
You are correct.
Fruits for 800. $8,000 right now. Tannin in this orange-colored date plum can cause your mouth to pucker when taking a bite. Jim? It is a persimmon.
You are correct.
Fruits for 1,000. The name of the small citrus fruit used in preserves means golden orange in Cantonese. What are mandarins? What is the mandarin?
Sorry.
No, so I dropped to $7,000. It's the kumquat.
You are correct.
Groups for 200. Until they changed their admission requirements in 1981, the pioneer clubs were called this. Oh, the pioneer, girls.
You are correct.
Jody's moving up nicely. Groups 400. The league of these began in 1920 out of the women's suffrage movement. Jim. Women voters.
You are correct.
Fashion for 200. These calf-length women's pants of the 1950s were named for their original use. Cycling. What are pedal pants?
Sorry.
Dang it. No.
Sorry.
Oh, pedal pushers.
You are
That's
correct.
right. Let's go on to the next clip. Fashion 400, and there's one of the 2 daily doubles. It's gonna go 1,000. Women's Wear Daily coined the name for these very brief, tight-fitting shorts in 1970, and it's hot pants.
You know the correct response?
Even I knew the answer to that, but too late. Jim? Group 600. Established in 1938, this foundation now fights birth defects. Jim? It is the March of Dimes.
You are correct.
$4,000. Groups 800. The International Society of Arboriculture is trying to get the U.S. to adopt a national one of these. No, I don't know. Jody. It is a national tree.
You are correct.
5,900, Jody. You're getting up on me. Fashion 600. And you get the other daily double. And she's going to go with 1,000 on this clue. Let's see if she'll take the lead away from me. Since this family once had a salary in Italy, equestrian designs, markets, accessories, and it's Gucci. And she's ahead of me by $100. So let's see if I can bounce back. Fashion 800. This overcoat with a removable cape got its name from a city in Scotland. Jody. It's an Inverness.
You are correct.
Now she's ahead of me by $900. Group's 1,000. In 1988, Spider-Man was a spokesman for this Children Helping Children fundraising. What's on Halloween? What is UNICEF?
You are correct.
And I take the lead. Let's go with Western for 800. The only cast member besides James Arness to stay with Gunsmoke for its full 20-year run. Jim. It is Milburn Stone.
You are correct.
Fashion 1,000. In the 1960s, his former head designer for Dior introduced a pantsuit to high fashion. Jody. Nope.
Fine.
She'll drop to 6,700, so now she can't take the lead away from me at the end of Final Jeopardy. Jim? Nope.
Fine. No, the correct response.
Yves Saint Laurent. Yves Saint Laurent. Now the last clue. Mel Brooks directed Gene Wilder and Madeline Kahn in this 1974 Western spoof. What is Blazing Saddles? And that'll put me at $8,800. So I have 8,800, Jody 6,700, Jim 3,800 as we get ready to start playing Final Jeopardy. So it's not a locked game yet. The category is File under A. Okay. I'll try for 5,000 or 4,801. Under the main heading of astrology, subheadings include these two A signs. What are Aries and Aries and I can't think of the other one.
No, the correct response.
Aquarius. That's the one I always can't think of. So I've lost. So Jim only wagered 300. Jody wagered everything, and I would have and I lost. So I dropped down to $39.99. We'll see y'all for the next segment.